Welcome back to the Deliverance Aftercare Podcast. My name is Dr. Shakita, and it is my hope and prayer that after episode 10, you were encouraged and empowered to continue faithfully on your deliverance journey. I've been saying this for quite some time. Don't do this journey alone. Make sure that you're communicating your wave of emotions and unsettling thoughts with someone who will listen, give wise responses, pray with you, and hold you accountable. Now, in this episode 10, let's talk about you placing your life completely in God's hands. In order to be intentional about maintaining your deliverance, you will need to completely surrender your life to the hands of God. You surrendering your life acknowledges that you can't do this on your own and that you need the supernatural strength of God. When you experience tough moments and situations of weakness, God gives you a way out and He makes you strong. But you choose what you want to succumb to. 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 9. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Dedicating all of you is an act of surrender and worship to God. All of you includes every aspect of your life: eating, sleeping, walking, working, talking, and everything else. You place you before God. Your body matters. Your bodily behaviors come under subjection to God. Romans 6:13. Do not offer any part of yourself to sin as an instrument of wickedness, but rather offer yourselves to God as those who have been brought from death to life, and offer every part of yourself to Him as an instrument of righteousness. You are surrendering all of you to God. Not just bits and pieces, but every single part of you surrender to God. You do that to avoid offering any part of yourself to sin as an instrument of wickedness, which means you offer your eyes to God. That means what you watch, whether it's pornography, whether it's any form of wickedness, you turn your eyes from that because your eyes belong to God. Even your hands, what you touch, what you purchase, what you come in agreement with a handshake, what you surrender, even what you surrender like an offering to go in covenant with a wicked leader. So you have to be mindful of every part of you. Surrender all of you into the hand of God to be used as an instrument of righteousness by Him. Him, I mean God. Second Timothy chapter 2 verses 19 through 22. Nevertheless, God's solid foundation stands firm, sealed with this inscription: the Lord knows those who are His, and everyone who confesses the name of the Lord must turn away from wickedness. In a large house, there are articles not only of gold and silver, but also of wood and clay. Some are for special purposes, and some for common use. Those who cleanse themselves from the latter will be instruments for special purposes, made holy, useful to the master, and prepared to do any good work. Flee the evil desires of youth and pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace, along with those who call on the Lord out of a pure heart. Now, what type of instrument are you? Do you want to just be used for common purposes? Or do you want to be used for the special purposes that God has already ordained in your life? Once you surrender all of you to God to be used as an instrument of righteousness, you will then become an instrument for special purposes made holy. 2 Corinthians 7:1. Having therefore these promises, dearly beloved, let us cleanse ourselves from all filthiness of the flesh and spirit, perfecting holiness in the fear of God. Once you acknowledge your sin, once you acknowledge your faults, once you acknowledge that you are ready to be redeemed by the blood of the Lamb, which was shed by Christ Jesus, you allow yourself to walk into a place of cleanliness. We call it a wash, removing all the filthiness of the flesh and spirit. Romans 12:1-2. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. When your mind is transformed, your perspective is changed. Joshua 1:8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. When you surrender your all, your physical being, every part of you, to the will and order of God, you will find yourself living a more prosperous life. It may look you are now a new creation, and it's time to walk out this new identity and fulfill your purpose. All of the stains, all of the filthiness has been cleansed away. All of the shackles and the strongholds have been broken, and so now you can fully move freely, moving forward in who God has created you to be. So please make sure that you share this podcast and its impact on your life with others. If you have a question about your deliverance journey or would like to sign up for Deliverance Aftercare sessions, you can reach out to me via the information in the description box. The Deliverance and Recovery Workbook is also available for purchase and download in the description box. Until next time, remember that Deliverance Aftercare is self-care.